Welcome back to TopGear South Africa, star in a reasonably priced car. And what an exciting episode we've got today. It's the first of many fast CEO episodes where we are scouring the land for the fastest, the speediest, and the most confident CEOs. So these are the people that hold our economy together. These are people that you see in traffic sitting in the back seat, not only in Uber Blacks, but in Bentleys, Rolls Royces. We haven't investigated what today's CEO has, but he's here for you because he's financed most of your cars. Because he sends you letters when you don't pay on time, but he's also the guy that you send praise to when you need that approval done. This is the Wesbank CEO. Welcome, Ghana Msibi! I didn't mean the part about the letters. I know you don't send them personally.
No, but I do.
Oh, you do? Yeah. You authorize them? I will speak to you at month end in that case. Welcome to the show. Have a seat, sir.
Thank you.
Give him another round of applause, everybody. Come on. It's not every day that I get to chat to the CEO's CEO. And when people say that to me, I go, listen, I'm fortunate enough to chat to a lot of CEOs. And the respect that you have in this industry and in the country, I think in business in general, is second to none. So firstly, allow me to say, on behalf of the TopGear South Africa team, thank you for taking time out of your wild schedule to come and join us today.
Listen, thank you very much for having me. It's actually great experience. And ironically, I also don't chat to many comedians.
I mean, so I'm not surprised because you don't offer us finance because we are not permanently employed. So
you can imagine. How are you going to pay with us? With jokes?
Listen, we pay with punchlines, and you know, in our game we still lay by cars at our age. You know what I mean? I don't even know how else to explain it. But we'll get into that first. I'd like South Africa to meet Ghana. So if I were to say to you, in a tweet, 280 characters, if you were to describe yourself from birth till now, who is Ghana?
Whoa. I think Ghana is a simple guy from Soweto, with 4 siblings. I'm the last one. Grown up, I think, as humble as most kids from the township.
Which is what all last-borns say, and we know it's a lie. Last-borns are not humble. They are the terrorists of the family, and generally the naughty ones. Is that true in your case?
No, only in your family.
Okay, sharp. Continue. No, continue.
But anyway, so I grew up, I think, as I said, in the dusty streets of Soweto, grew up in Middlelands. I think all my life I've been in financial services, kind of banking and insurance, as it were. Father of 3.
Congratulations.
Father of 3.
So clutch control not working. I like it.
Needed new hobbies. And so, yeah, I suppose, I think a man who's like any other guy, you know, in love with family, making sure that you can spend some quality time together and just love the sound of octane. Smell of octane.
But I got you. When you say the sound of octane, I'm also like, yeah, when you combust it, we love that sound. Yeah. We love the smell of it. We are entrenched with it. I do always, you know, when I hear somebody from Middlelands, I can't help but the song plays in my head. Middlelands. Is it Wathandwa Sam? How do you say that part?
Which one now?
Wathandwa Sam.
Weshandwa Sam.
Weshandwa Sam. And the reason that's particularly passionate for me, because I'm from El Dorado Park, and we don't have a song, but anybody who grew up in the 80s in El Dorado Park has the same love, because that song comes from, we love this place, not because it was beautiful like Sandton, not because it had views like Camps Bay, but it had a culture, it had a feeling, it had and I find Meadowlands for me is like the Eastern Cape of Soweto. Like a lot of talented South Africans, when you come from Soweto, come from Meadowlands. Is there something about Meadowlands that I don't know?
Listen, I think like any other township, you almost identify with not only the ethos, but just the struggles, the everyday struggles that people go through to make a living. And I think we grew up at a time when parents would kind of all get into buses and trains, and you'd all have to somewhat, you know, fend for each other.
100%.
So I think it's all about just kind of, you know, very early age camaraderie, as we call it now, brotherhood, sisterhood. So I think it's just in the water. You look after each other. And it's very different now. I mean, if I look at where my kids are, it's a very different storyline.
Yeah, I mean, and surely, you know, we speak a lot about, you know, breaking generational curses. So if you should be there. You should be looking at your kids and going, this is the life that I prayed for, that I'm able to present for them. And they move the needle forward. So firstly, with 3 kids, all not in Meadowlands, I think it's fair to say congratulations. Well done in your life.
Very much.
Thank you for doing your homework at school. I don't know what else to say to you. We appreciate it all. Let's talk about finance. So were you a petrol head that is curious about the numbers? Were you always just was finance always just your thing from youth, or did you ever want to be something else?
I've always wanted to be something else. I never thought I'll actually ever end up in a bank.
I still want to be something else.
I still want to be something else. I just kind of find something that's going to help keep me in the backseat of the Uber, right? So it's a bit of a struggle, but I think the notion of the petrol head is really around the times we grew up, with your box-shaped E90s. You grew up with the Chevys, the 41. So you grew up with just cars all around and clothing all around. So I always had a passion for it, So the sound of a good quality engine just has always been in my blood. The numbers pay the bills. That's what it does.
Facts. And the numbers get you access to those cars that sound nice. Because I've been that guy. I always say to people, look, you're going to maybe find hints to where your motivation comes from in books, but figure out what you really love
100%.
And then let that drive you. So me, I don't have any children. And I always say to people, we're not the same. You have 3 kids, I drive German things. We're not, you know what I mean? My motivation has to come from a different place, but I fully get that. Let's talk about your car journey. Where did that begin? What is your first car that you dreamt of, and what's the first car you actually owned?
So the first car I dreamt of, probably if I can remember now, that's quite some time ago, would have been, let me think. Yes, this is now far back.
No, go back.
Yes,
so I'll give you
a Beetle, Yeah, I think
okay.
at the time that was the thing.
So low expectations of your life.
No, that was very high then. Just calibrate.
Okay.
Calibrate.
Okay.
I can understand. If you in hindsight it looks like low, but then let me tell you, Nanana was the
thing.
911. Listen, that was it. It was 911 of the times.
The rear-engined, air-cooled. Come on.
Listen, and then the first car that I actually did own was a 1979 Mark 1 that I bought from junk mail. Don't ask me. 1100 Golf.
Okay.
Golf 1100.
Like an LS what?
It was a LS. I got it from junk mail.
Yes, I remember.
So you can imagine when you buy a car from junk mail. I was very happy with myself.
You rolling the dice.
Listen, and that thing worked.
I have a friend, Rich Lubonwa, who makes a joke about when you buy a car from junk mail, and then it says there, all of the specs, and then it says rust free, and you get there, and then the car is surrounded with rust, and then the owner says, boss, I told you the rust is free. You're not paying for the rust. The rust is, that's a junk mail sale right there, what generally happens. So the Mark 1 off junk mail, but it served you well.
Worked perfectly. I think that was the first baby that I built out. Ended up kind of getting into a 1300 engine.
Nice.
In the same 1100.
Nice.
Which was like
so reboard your 1100 to a 1300.
1300.
Okay. The guts on the man.
The thing was still a carburetor at the time, so there were no injectors.
No.
So you can imagine, the difficulty of trying to get that thing started up in the morning, cold start.
These children know nothing about a choke, my friend.
Listen, you got to pull the choke and you got to just make sure that this thing doesn't drop.
Because now you can flood that thing, because you pressed the accelerator one time too many, now that same smell of octane is the smell of doom and being late for a meeting. But there was something, I spoke to a mate this week who was reminiscing about having a Mark 1. And he said to me, Brad, you know how many times I changed the clutch cable on the highway myself? And I think that was the beauty of cars of that era, was you didn't have to be an engineer you could learn to fix a Golf, even if you had no way around the engine or you didn't know the bay at all.
You needed a pliers and a 13 spanner.
Thank you very much.
That's it.
I speak about cars in this new age that we are in, and I think it is such an exciting time for me as a car lover to have a look at what's kind of happening in the market. I remember, it must be almost 15 years ago now, but I clearly remember an episode of Top Gear where James May, Richard and Jeremy go to China, and they were mocking all of these Chinese cars because they were just rip-offs. And I remember them going through this, how this looks good, but it's nonsense on the road, this is terrible to drive, this one had wooden brakes. And they made a big mockery. And at the end of the episode, anybody who watched it to the end, James May makes a very serious statement where he says, guys, we had fun here. But the Chinese have told us that in the next 10 years, they're coming for everybody. And trust us, they were so serious and confident about it. Then I forgot about the episode. Then I'm driving the other day and I'm looking on the road and I just see our bike, GWM or Moda. Then I drove one and I realized, okay, the major problem with Chinese cars at the moment is there is no problem because they are fantastic. What has the entry of all these Chinese models done to the car market, the industry itself? When I think about OEMs who used to play, Toyota, Suzuki, obviously our reasonably priced car, even the Germans, the BMWs and Mercedes, what's happening in that section with the new entry of all of these options?
Listen, I think it's a very interesting point if you think about where they've come from in the last 10 years.
Yes.
Because they've come a long way,
Massive.
to be frank.
Massive.
And I think at the time when anybody kind of, was just looking at these things and tearing them apart, it was justified.
100%.
So it's not the first time that we see a number of these brands here.
Absolutely.
And they've left and they've come back. So if you just think about what they've done at two levels, one is what they've done for the manufacturer / OEM world is they've pretty much turned that whole world upside down as to exactly what it is that a client has to expect at a particular price point. So it's turned that entire thing on its head.
Because they believe in value for money and they believe in get all the options without paying extra.
That's it, right? So it's turned this whole thing that we've kind of all grown up to believe that value for money kind of meant expensive. They turned the whole thing, right? Then for the customers, I think they've actually opened up the market and it's gotten a whole new set of customers active into the market. Now, if you look at the people that are driving these Chinese cars, it's not only new to market type of customers.
No.
It's people that are buying down, that can no longer afford the traditional brands.
Oh, but they're used to the comfort. They're used to the 5-star end cap. They're used to sunroof.
They're used to all those bells and whistles. So you're seeing good quality customers who were in German brands, were in Japanese brands, actually saying, listen, this is probably a very good option for me. So there's been a massive migration into the Chinese brands, and more so, you haven't seen the end of it.
Now, I was warming up to this because I was on my way in thinking about, what am I going to ask you? And I wondered in my comedian brain, to be warned, do you get annoyed? Because, colored people called it Wesbank. Until I was 24, I think I called it Westbank, not Westbank. Does it annoy you when people say Westbank?
Every other person except colored.
Please, that's the advert. You cut that. That's our advert right there. What does that mean?
I mean, you just said it here eloquently, Why am I now going to break how colors were raised? I was not there. Hey,
just like carry on, guys.
It's the aftermath of Bantu education. It is what it is. If it's Westbank, so be it, my brother. Just pay your installment.
As long as the debit order goes through. I love it. Call me whatever you like, as long as the debit order goes through. That makes me laugh. We were laughing off camera earlier when we were, and I got a sense from you that you don't feel the same way that I feel about the current situation in terms of not only the economy but the car market and where things are going. You felt rather optimistic, and I'm not saying I'm pessimistic, but I am worried. You know what I mean? I am worried. People talk about Cyril's economy, unemployment is up, but I don't see that reflected on the road. Then I'm also the type of guy that understands that a lot of consequences have a lag. Like a recession, they go, the Department of Finance have declared the recession is over. Then there's still a 2-year lag for the man on the street to feel it in his pocket and that recovery. So we came out of COVID. We had that more than 2 years now as a recovery. I can't believe it's been that long already as the recovery period. Are you optimistic about the state of the market at the moment?
Highly optimistic. I mean, I think if I just think about where we were 2 years ago, many of us, and I think we've forgotten this, I think we are asking ourselves what happens in the elections.
Yes.
Who comes out? And then there was a whole change in the landscape, and we kind of said, okay, Jesus, now all of a sudden the ANC is going backwards. What's going to happen when they hand over power peacefully?
Yes.
Okay, all of us were all in a bit of a state.
All of us were a bit nervous.
Then all that happened. Then you had the formation of the GNU with kind of, what was the old opposition with these parties coming through. Okay, then
we all would have lost money if we bet on it.
I don't even think I would have taken a bet when we looked at scenarios. It was never even on the cards, right? And then you looked at cost of funds, kind of interest rates. And you think about where we were directionally in CPI. All those were northward facing. And now if I take stock of where we are now, knowing what we know, one of the biggest issues we face at the moment is just geopolitical risks. Okay, so if one takes a view as to where we are kind of this year, just take the car market as a lead indicator. take the car market as a lead indicator. If you take April 25 against April 24,
yes,
I think that's up 12%. So you're kind of looking at a 42,000 market versus a 37 market. If you take a year to date, so kind of Jan to April 24, Jan to April 25, that's up circa, I think 10, what is it? I think it's about 11.
You're doing double digit in sales economy.
This is what's happening now. This is sales, NAMSA sales. Not even Wesbank yet. If I come there, that's a different story.
Okay.
You know, but it's not my performance discussion, right?
Yeah, no, that's not.
Okay,
No.
All right, yeah, because clearly you still have to buy a car.
100%. I still need that.
But I mean, that's still like 11% up, if you think about it, right? So you're talking a market that's moved from 168 to 186. Okay. So you can actually see how the market is picking up. Interest rates are down 75 basis points. I accept.
Yes.
We require much more. And I think we would have gotten much more had it not been for kind of Blondie's intervention elsewhere in another state.
Yeah.
You know, but that's kind of destabilized things. So I just think potentially for where we are definitely much better poised for a better economic activity than what we've been last few years.
You need a job on E-News because we need your voice. We need optimism at the moment. I'm so tired of doom and gloom, and there's so much negativity around South Africa, and I just feel like people need that sense of optimism, that guys, don't listen to the noise, look at the numbers, and the numbers show that we are moving in the right direction. You know what I mean? You're never there, but
100%.
If you're moving in the right direction, that's as good as it can be.
So I'm fortunate enough to be able to travel different parts of the world for different reasons, personal and kind of business. And one thing about South Africa, as much as I love it, as great, and I wouldn't go anywhere else, we are our biggest detractors.
Yes, man.
Right? So like we make a meal of everything. Right? We're very harsh on ourselves. And I promise you, if you think about what's happening in Germany, if you think about what's happening in the US, what's happening in the UK, I mean, Jesus, everyone's got their own problem. I nearly used a different word, but we're on TV.
100%.
But you get it, right?
Thank you.
So it's a bit tough out there for everybody. And if I think about what we have in the context of the continent, and if you think about what we have in the context of infrastructure within the continent, Jesus, I mean, it's only for us to pretty much continue being, as hard as it is. And if you go up north, most of our counterparts in the rest of Africa will keep telling you, you guys have gold, you just don't realize it.
And so perspective is a big thing. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yes, go to the first world, you love South Africa, but if you want to love it, go anywhere else on the continent. Anywhere. I can say that with then you'll realize just how good we have it. And I think what makes us exceptional compared to the rest of the continent is we have just as much potential. And I think when you look at the first world, those countries have exhausted their potential. America's exhausted their potential. That's why they're in trillions of rands of debt, and everybody's panicking because they've exhausted it. Here, there is so much opportunity, and I think that's what we must be excited about.
100%.
This is still a country where if you wake up early and ambitious, you won't go to bed hungry that night. It's still one of those countries, and not all the countries are like that.
And you're most definitely guaranteed, if you do wake up early, you work hard, and you keep at it, growth is there.
Let's talk about your current car situation. What are you enjoying at the moment? Share with us.
I'm enjoying my Mini Cooper.
Nice.
John Cooper Works. I love it.
I mean, a JCW, it's a go-kart.
I absolutely don't call my car a go-kart.
It's a go-kart.
It feels like one, but it's not a go-kart.
It's not. I'm not saying.
Yeah, this guy.
You know what I mean? I love a guy that takes it. He went to buy a Mini Cooper. Now he's taking the jokes personally. He signed on the Wesbank contract. It says you will be subjected to be roasted by comedians for driving this car. But it is phenomenal to drive.
No, it's a beautiful car. I must say, I really enjoy it. I think it brings out the child in me.
Yes.
So at any given point in time, you throw that thing into sports, and yes, you feel like, listen, I've got this thing, man.
The first time I drove a JCW, it made me feel like, do you remember the old polo ads where they used to, their slogan was, "You'll think you can." And there was one of those road smoothing graders that had run away and it was rolling down a hill, and the bra comes flying past it in his polo and does a handbrake turn. Like, don't worry guys, I got this, I'll stop it. Like a JCW gives you that level of confidence. You want to race everything. You see a Porsche, you in a Ferrari, come on with it. Come on with it.
That's it.
What else? Because I mean, we know the JCW is just with you put that one with your quarterly bonus. What did you buy with the 3 months bank statement? What's the other one? What's the machine you don't want South Africa to be jealous of?
Yeah, then I can't tell them.
Come on, share with us. The car people out there deserve to know.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you, hypothetically, if money, if people's opinions and depreciation and maintenance went off the table, what would the dream be? What would you have?
67 Mustang Shelby.
Eleanor.
Still. But, or even a Mercedes GTS.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So reading between the lines.
I
conclude
read
what you want.
I read in between the lines. Somebody must live near Mr. Msibi. If you live in one of those areas where they ask me for fingerprints and they've got pictures of colored people in the booth, there to not let us come in. If you know what he drives, put it in the comments below. We need to know what he drives. Listen, it's been all fun and games having you here, but let's get to the reason you came. Because I know you didn't come to talk to me. You came to bash our little Suzuki Swift that, of course, has been kitted out. You saw it on the previous episodes at Formula K in Benoni, which I think is the perfect track for that type of car. What were your expectations coming in to this track day? Are you a track day guy? Have you done a lot of this type of stuff?
So firstly, my expectations coming in, I was telling my family that I'm going to see Jason. So you were like the top of it, man. So I'm lying here. Listen, I think I was overthinking it. You know?
Easy to do.
So the first thing you think about is the time, what's going to happen. I mean, I've done these things a few times, but when you get into this thing, you're already thinking, number one, man,
yes,
come on.
I want to win.
You know, I'm going to win.
I want to win.
You know? And I'm very competitive, just generally. And when the Stig, I called him the Stig.
Yeah, we call him Stigizo because of contractual agreements.
You call him Stigizo.
Because we can't call him that word that you said. I mean, you can say it, but I am not allowed to. So we call him Stigizo, but Mandla's amazing.
When I was at Stigizo, he was very patient.
And
I think coming in, he was trying to explain this thing, and all I could just hear him say was just, brake hard, come through. I was like thinking, just give me the car and I'm going to flip and drive this thing. And then he gives you the car and you're thinking, holy moly. Yeah.
He gave me the car and you went off on the fourth corner immediately. And we all saw that.
I can explain.
Please explain.
I can explain.
Please explain.
It's a Monday.
Okay, yes.
You know,
yes.
There's a wind factor.
There's a breeze.
There's a strong breeze. It was coming from the west.
From the west.
And I was attacking from the east.
And then basically a conflict.
And then, you know, let's leave it. But I came back.
But you came back.
I came back.
Was it more fun than you were expecting?
Yes, I didn't want to get out of the bloody thing. That thing was so fun. That Swift was so fun. So if you want to ask what I'm going to be driving in the future, probably a Swift.
I mean,
I think I want one. It's so nice.
I would pay money to see it. I think it would be great advertising for Wesbank to go, you know, look at Ghana humbly in the backseat of a Swift on his way to. You know what I mean? So I love that. I can spend that from a marketing point of view. It has come to that time for us to see exactly how you did. So before we watch your lap, what do you think happened? Mpo pops at the top of the board. We thought Drickus was going to be impossible to beat, but a comedian came through and proved otherwise. Where do you think you're going to land up?
See, Drickus is cover at the top, another comedian, at the bottom, another comedian. So I think I'll box above Drickus.
You're going to box above Drickus?
I think so.
Please cut that and send that straight to Drickus.
I didn't say I'll box Drickus. I said
okay.
above.
Okay,
Hey,
no, fair enough. Fair enough. No, hey, Kasi boys will take anybody on. I know.
I know. Measure yourself.
Meadowlands. All right, everybody.
I'll be happy if I go.
Give him a round of applause as we watch the highly anticipated lap of Ghana Msibi. Here we go. Okay. Focus of a racing driver. Love it.
Yeah.
Oh, nice intersection.
Stick on the line.
Okay, lift so slightly you can stay flat on that corner. Oh, beautiful on the A-base. Let it drift out. Loving the work. Ooh, nice and tight.
This is your nemesis. Not now, not now.
That's the corner that you went off the first time.
Verstappen, here I come.
Oh, Verstappen, here I come. Verstappen, here I come. Lewis Hamilton, sit down. Red Bull, come through. That's exactly the sound you're supposed to make. Okay, great focus. changing down. This is all about control, and this is where it gets overthinky because you want to think about all the things. Okay, beautiful control. Loving it. Smooth, smooth, smooth work. Loving that line through that little S there. Coming down towards the last chicane before the straight. Let's have a look. And he is across the line. Come on. Come on. Come on. It's you're the first guest that was congratulating yourself. That's it. That's it. I love that. I love that motivation. You put the pressure out there because you were like, for Verstappen, here I come. And that's what happens. If you've never been, in a car with a roll cage, and that roll cage stiffens it up a little bit, which gives it that little sporty feeling on a track, it switches on a part of you that you don't know is there sometimes.
Yes.
There's this competitiveness, you get it. You want to be Hamilton, you want to be Verstappen, you want to be out there. It is time. Are you ready?
As can be.
Okay. Ghana Msibi.
Yeah.
On.
When you call me by my surname.
Hey. On our Top Gear leaderboard. You did it. I want to make sure I get this the right way around. Okay. All right. Now remember, this is, of course, our first CEO on the leaderboard. First of many. The leaders of the country. The leaders of the economy. I'm just going to take as long as I can to frustrate you. Ghana, you did it. Oh, no, that's not your time. You did it in. Oh, that's your CEO. 1. 5.64. Ghana Msibi, ladies and gentlemen. We leave it right there. We leave it right there at the bottom of the board. Nothing to be ashamed of. Nothing to be ashamed of. He may not have made it around the track faster than a breakdancing DJ Courtney Paul, but he can finish his accounting homework in 1:09 flat. Give him a round of applause. Congratulations. 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 That is not. There's not really a nice way to say it.
I can explain. I told you.
Yeah, the wind factor,
the car wasn't
the Monday,
driven in,
the
fuel wasn't.
The Verstappen, the
cool as well. The car was.
The car was. What I need now, and this is very important. This is how you save yourself. Is I need you to nominate 3 CEOs that you think should be put behind the wheel, put in the driver's seat or the hot seat. So I want you to look into that camera over there, and I want you to give a personal invitation to CEOs that you are challenging. Lay down the gauntlet, the Msibi gauntlet, do it.
I think first and foremost, let's do the president of NAMSA, Mr. Billy Tom.
Oh, Billy Tom, the president of NAMSA. Come through, Uncle Billy. Come through, Uncle Billy. Okay.
Let's go with my competitors in the bank. Let's go with Charles.
Okay.
Charles Potgieter at ABSA.
Oh, Charles Potgieter.
Werf as well.
Okay.
And then at MFC, let's also do Stefan Potgieter.
So Charles, are they brothers?
I don't know. I didn't go that far. I mean, I just know that.
That's suspicious. That's very suspicious.
I mean, I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know.
Plead the fifth.
I've got enough problems. I'm already 1 point.
Yeah. The Potgieters, the Potgieters in finance. Okay, so both Potgieters called out. ABSA CEO, MSC CEO, come through. Do one more for me. Who else?
One more.
One more for me. Who do you think of the OEM manufacturers should come through?
I think Martina Dean from VW.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Martina should come. I think she will be definitely one to beat.
There we go.
I think Martina should come in.
Martina, you've heard it here. Hopefully you'll be our next CEO. Otherwise, I can't wait to get your competitors in this seat and make them feel uncomfortable when they are slower than you. Because I guarantee you, nobody in the banking world is faster than Ghana.
Yeah, for that I feel like I'm like the leader, the one to beat.
I'm just saying that because my finance application is in and has not yet been approved. So we will make sure. Ghana, thank you for your time. Wishing you nothing but the best, not only in your role, but in business for the future. Health, wealth, and nice things to you, sir. Thank you for joining us. For everybody who's watched, thank you for being here. Please don't forget, be involved in the comments, do that, the thing that the kids like, subscribe, share, and tell us who you'd like to see next up in the driver's seat of our Suzuki Swift right here on Star in a reasonably priced car. Who do you want to see? Comment, like, share, and tell our too much. Salute and away, everybody. I'm Jason Goliath. Blah!